You might not remember this talk because of how impossible it is, but I believe in our generation. And I believe that we can transform any impossible into the possible. And this idea, if we believe in it, it can create the paradigm shift of our time. So it is impossible, but not improbable, which is quite impossible, but just keep listening. So here it goes. Who likes my pink sweater? Or dislikes it? Okay, now I want you to keep that idea in your mind and keep thinking why you like or dislike my pink sweater. Now let's start the real TED Talk. Are you alive? Are you sure? Who here is alive? Such a lively audience. Well, I think that we all think we're alive, but really, are we? I don't think so. To address the issue of life and existence, we must trace it back to the concept of ideas. Ideas are just fascinating. I have always been fascinated by ideas. And I'm not sure if they're pure states of mind or actual beings, but I picture them, and I want you to picture them with me, as masses of light, of waves around us. They surround every one of us, and they come into us. And they're just magical, just imagining these light waves around us, and you can even imagine them as groups of fireflies flying all around us. Now, these ideas can touch people. I've never been touched by an idea before, but I felt its warmth, and it blew my mind. Take the idea of kindness, for example. Kindness might sound ordinary and common, but when I felt its true light, it brought me to tears. And the idea of misery. Misery is just wonderful, truly full of wonder and mystery. But what's the point? What's the point of fascination when we're in this huge state of confusion and misinterpretation? We don't understand. I'm sure that everyone here goes home and thinks he has an idea and starts working on it, but people don't have ideas. Ideas have people. Now, these waves of light are traveling around us, and once they come into us, we instantly become enlightened beings. But before that, we just merely exist. We are not alive until that moment because we are selfish things. Yes, just things, not even beings. Why are we selfish? I think that we are selfish because we don't care about anyone but ourselves. We continuously seek pleasure, appreciation, attention, satisfaction, and nothing else. So we don't really care about anybody else, and therefore we are not capable of having ideas. Now, I love how people always put themselves at the top of the pyramid every single time, so it goes, humans, as if we're the heroes of the world, and then animals, plants. Well, my vision doesn't say that humans are the superior species in this world. My pyramid goes as ideas, this lighting and waves of awesomeness, and then humans, animals, plants. So because we are not the superior beings, and because we're just selfish things, we cannot reach the state of being, because being is beyond a name, a body, or a goal. So because being is beyond a body, a name, or a goal. But there's this question that I've been thinking about a lot. Who are you? What makes you? What defines you? Now, you might think that you are your name, but you're not defined by your imperfect name, or your temporary body, or your doomed goal. You are defined by the idea that chooses you to express itself. Now, yet another misconception is that we think that we're living here because we're breathing, or because we want to change the world, or we might even say to make this world a better place. And this is completely different from how I see it. I think we should live as. We should not live because something. We're not just results, And we should not live to something because we're not just catalysts. We should live as. We should live as ideas because they are around us, they come into us, and then when that moment of enlightenment defines our being. And there are so many ideas you can live as. So you have to look around and discover your idea and become it. So, can we move the slide on? And either pictures, I have to see them. Okay. You can live as creativity. You can live as freedom, or you can live as freedom, or you can live as passion, or you can live as kindness or hope, or you can live as yourself. Now, living as the idea of yourself is the least extraordinary being, because living as yourself is too limiting, too broken, too selfish. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about the idea behind that self that wants to change that world. And the thing is, your idea chooses you, and your as life is written for you. So there is no point, because you just have to discover it. Okay. Now, does that mean that people are born evil because just some destructive idea chose them? Absolutely not. All ideas are good. And when people become evil, it is only because they have abused their idea. So arrogance, it's abused confidence. Deceit, it's abused intelligence. And obsession is abused passion. So all ideas are originally good, but it is when the human self disrupts them that they shatter. So when an idea has you, you become. So now we've reached an actual state of being. An idea has you, and you became. But are you alive? Well, not yet. Becoming is just the first step towards living. It is what you do with your idea that matters. You have to express your idea. And for that to happen, you must ask yourself a question. What keeps me going? What is this force that keeps my feet firm to the ground? What holds me down to the center of the earth? Scientifically, it is gravity. Gravity, that pulling force that keeps us from losing ourselves in infinite space. And therefore, you have to find your own gravity. You have to find your inspiration. And inspiration cannot be a book or a play or a quote, because inspiration too is an idea. And I've noticed that all around the world, people are glorifying beings and admiring their states of mind. And especially during the revolution here in Egypt. Oh, that person, he went to the revolution, I'm going to admire him. Oh, I have to glorify that person. That is completely delusional, because you should not admire the person or the being, but the idea behind that person. Now, I want any volunteer to stand up and tell me who their inspiration are. A person, any? Yes. Okay, so Asma, her inspiration are most of the TEDx speakers. But that is not true. It is not the people who are speaking that are inspirational, but the ideas behind them. But because we are humans and we must see it and we must feel it, ideas are too abstract for us. So we take the inspiration and stick to the person, stick to the name, stick to the body. But it is the idea behind these people that are inspirational. Now, you must express your idea. For what good is it if it's hidden within you? And to express it, you have to use what I call gravitational inspiration. It is that force that keeps you going, urging you to move on. Now, To express that idea, you have to print it. It is not a memory, because memories are forgotten. You have to print your idea. And printing it means that you have to keep it going on forever in this world. But why all am I talking about matters? Becoming, an idea, having me, being, living. Can I have the graph back? Backwards. Backwards. One more. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is your as life. The yellow line is your age, and it is in gradual incline. Up there is the time you have left in the world. And believe me, it's not even that long. I'm 16 and I feel that time is running out and I'm as old as the world. So please, just don't underestimate time. And we can see that our age and the time we have left collide at one point, one moment, departure, or more commonly called death. But death is such an inaccurate description of our state then, because that is not the end. We don't die. We never die. And whoever said that living forever is impossible might have existed, but have never lived. Because we can live forever through our prints. And that is why you have to print your idea. Now I want to give you a personal example of how I perceived ideas and how it inspired me. Okay. Now I'm sitting down, okay, watching a movie as usual. Then I hear the actor speaking, and it is words, inspirational words. The screenplay writer is just brilliant. So I feel this force holding my feet to the ground, and they're pulling me down. They're pulling me down. It is the gravity of the beauty of words. So I have to stand up after finishing the movie. So I have to stand up, and I feel this idea. The light waves have come into me. It is the beauty, the idea of beauty of words has overtaken me. And I have to print that idea. I can't just keep it in me. The light is too much. So I go and I write a poem, I write a story, or even tweet or Facebook status about it. And that is why ideas are beyond anything we imagine. So I want you now to forget that this body is talking to you, or that I am Farida who's giving this talk. I want you to visualize me in light waves, and that the idea of the as life of being chose me to express itself to you. I want you to promise me that you will live your idea. You are going to be your idea. I want you with me on this journey of exploring the light waves around us. I want you to contemplate your fate, to discover your as lives. I want you to stop. Don't exist. Stop existing. Think. Believe. Live it. I want you alive. Thank you.